Hello students. So today we are going to discuss about the next topic, that is a biofuel technology. So it is, we can say it is an energy, so it is the amount of force required to move an object from when we say one place to another place. Okay, so it is energy. So energy, it exists in every single object, whether it is a living or non-living things. So example, machine, tables, or human beings, animals. So the energy is generated with the help of certain living or non-living materials or mass, we can say. So generally all the currently available energy sources fall into the two categories. Okay, that is a we will say renewable, and that is a non-renewable energy sources one. So the renewable sources, we can say it consists of we can say it is, according to the definition, it is the energy obtained from the source that is not depleted when used. So these are natural resources, or we can say non-conventional forms of energy sources which is abundantly available and we can say replaced in a shorter period. Okay, so these are, we can say, wind, solar power, or hydropower one. So there are basics, various sources are there of renewable energy sources. The first, that is the solar energy will take. So solar energy, it is an energy which is derived from the solar radiation, where the radiation is converted into power either directly using photovoltaic systems, or we can say indirectly also. So the next, that is a wind energy. So it is a process by which wind waves is used to generate power, where kinetic energy is converted into mechanical energy due to moving of air, which is preferred location for wind energy, and the areas. Okay, basically the area where the wind are we can say more constant and the stronger one. Okay, now the third one, that is a hydropower energy. Now here accurate for, we can say from flowing waters. So the force of water flow in the extremely high, so that is how it generate electricity. So this flow is mostly maintained in the shape of dams. So this form of energy is generated from water dams, and the energy obtained is converted into the power one. Okay, now the next, that is a tidal energy. So basically it is also a form of hydropower only, but it is acquired from tides and water waves. Okay, now next that is a geothermal energy. So it's we can say it is energy generated from the heat of the earth. So the earth's crust at the same we can say some places contains huge quantity of stored heat energy. That energy can be obtained by the tapping the heat energy, and that energy obtained is called as a geothermal energy. So basically we can say there are two main types of geothermal energy which are deposits, that is a hydro geothermal and the petro geothermal one. So next, that is a biofuel one. So it is the energy obtained from the plant biomass, where it is called directly used as a fuel one. So the biomass is we can say organic material, example wood, sugarcane waste, or any plant byproducts, we can say. So there are several forms of bioenergy, such as biogas, bioethanol, biobutanol, biodiesels, then biohydrogen, etc. So there are, we can say, three generations of biofuels which is included in this. The first, that is a biofuel made from the food crop, and their residue termed as a first generation biofuels. Okay, now the second, that is a biofuel made from non-food crops or waste, termed as a second generation biofuel, and the biofuel made by the use of microorganisms is termed as a third generation biofuels, or the advanced biofuels. Okay, so these are the some terms of the renewable energy. Now what are the non-renewable energies? So these energy resources are the sources which are, we can say, not easily replenished by the environment. So example we can say fossil fuels and the minerals one. So the non-renewable sources of energy includes coal, petroleum, natural gas, nuclear sources. So the energy from the fission of nuclear and the tar sands, that is sand from which the oils are extracted. Okay, so there again we can say there are three major types of this non-renewable energy sources. That is the first, that is a coal one. So it is a type of fossil coal, it is a type of fossil fuel that converted from the organic remains of living organisms, so buried in the past millions of years and transformed into the coal one. Okay, now the next, that is the natural gas and the oil. So this oil and natural gas are naturally occurring chemicals that are made up of just two elements, carbon and hydrogen. So the class of chemical based on the carbon and hydrogen are called as a hydrocarbon. So these are mixed, we can say mixture of 50 to 90% of methane molecules and small fractions and other hydrocarbons. So the natural gas is the cleanest fossil fuels, we can say among the available fossil fuels. So the natural gas, it is the non-renewable resources formed millions of years ago by organic matter such as plant and the animal remains. So it is used as a, we can say, feedstock in the manufacture of fertilizers, plastics and other commercially important organic chemicals, as well as we can use it as a fuel for electricity generation, heating purpose in industrial and commercial unit also. Okay, now the next third part, that is a nuclear energy. Okay, so these are the energy present in the nucleus of an atom. So there are two fundamental nucleus process which are responsible for the energy generation in this, that is the nuclear fission and the nuclear fusion ones. Okay, now the next part, that is a biogas one. Now biogas, as we all know, so it is referred to the production of biogas through breakdown of organic matter from sewage, sludge, municipal organic fractions, then waste, water and manure by the complex group of microbial community through anaerobic digestion process, that is the absence of oxygen. So biogas mainly we can say composed of mixture of methane and the carbon dioxide in the range of, we can say, 50 to 60% and 30 to 40% respectively. So biogas also composed of small portion of nitrogen gas also, that is about 5 to 6%, and hydrogen sulfide, that is a 0.2 to 0.4% only. Okay, so there are types of biogas plants are there, which basically we can say it is divided into two types, that is the conventional one and the modern ones. So the first, that is a conventional biogas type. So the treatment of any slurry or sludge containing a large amount of organic matter utilizing bacteria and other organisms under anaerobic condition is commonly referred as conventional, we can say anaerobic digestion or digestion. So these are the regular type of biogas plants conventionally used by farmers by using cow dung and agriculture waste. So there are two major types of this conventional, that is a floating dome type. Okay, and next, that is a fixed dome type. Okay, so this floating dome type biogas, which is prepared by the funding by the Khadi Village Industries Commissions, and this fixed dome, that is a Deen Dayal models, again we can say, which is you can find this in any village. Okay, funded by the government. Now the next, that is a modern gas type, that its name is given by the Nisarga Ghurna biogas. So the plant is processed by we can say biodegradable and zero efficient, okay, and provides high quality of manure and methane gas. So weed free manure obtained from such waste has high nitrogen content and acts as an excellent soil we can say conditioner. So these plants could be set up for eco-friendly disposal of wet waste generated in kitchens, canteens of big hospitals, hotels, factories, then residential complexes, and can avoid health hazards due to the dump sites also. Okay. Now the next, that is a bioethanol. So as we know that biofuels are the liquid or gases fuel that are produced from the biodegradable fractions of products which remains from the agriculture productions and forest, as well as biodegradable fractions of the industrial and the municipal waste. So although the bioethanol fuels can be manufactured by using chemical reactions between ethylene and we can say steam, so it is mainly produced through fermentation of sugar derived from crops containing starch such as corn, then sweet sugar, corn, then wheat, then sugar cane, sorghum plants, etc. Okay, so it is currently used in the fuel industry in an we can say additive for petrol only. So what are the benefits? If you think about the benefits of bioethanol, so it comes from the renewable resources, that is we can say crops like cereals, sugar, beet and maize one. So it does not have greenhouse gas emissions like fossil fuels. Okay, so in addition of bioethanol with petrol will help extend the life vehicles, and the pressure on oil supplies will be reduced, so it ensures greater fuel security too. So by next, that is by encouraging bioethanols use, the rural economy would also receive a boost from the necessary crops only. Okay, so the bioethanol is biodegradable and far less toxic than fossil fuels. So in addition, by using bioethanol in older engines can help to reduce the amount of carbon monoxide produced by the vehicles through improving air quality. So these are some benefits of bioethanols. The next, that is a biobutanol. So again, it is a fuel obtained by the thermal decomposition of biomass at we can say elevated temperature in an intent atmosphere, or use as a biofuel. Okay, so this we can say biobutanol it has become an attractive alternative to ethanol as a fuel oxygenate due to its low vapor pressure, high energy density and ability to be blended with the gasoline at the refineries, so which saves the trouble of transporting ethanol and gasoline separately to the fueling station. So this butanol's higher energy density increase vehicles fuel efficiency in comparison to the ethanol one. Okay, so what are the benefits of butanol? So butanol, it has become an attractive alternative to ethanol as a fuel oxygenate due to its low vapor pressure, high energy density. So next, that is a butanol higher energy density increases vehicles fuel efficiency in comparisons to the ethanol one. Okay, so again, in addition, this modern gasoline automobile engines can use butanol without any engine modification also, so it is very good, we can say. Next, that is a biodiesel one. So again, biodiesel, it is defined as a mixture of mono alkyl esters as long chain fatty acids derived from vegetables, oils or animal fats, designated as we can say B101, and its code is given, and the meeting the requirements of legal diesels motor fuels by the American Society for Testing and Materials. So in India, most of the trials have been carried out using biodiesel from feedstocks like Jatropha and Currants. Okay, now what are the benefits of its biodiesel's benefits? So domestically produced from renewable resources, so it can it can be described as a carbon neutral. So this means that the fuel produced no net output of a carbon in the form of carbon dioxide. So this effect occurs because when the oil crops grow, it absorbs the same amount of carbon dioxide as it released when the fuel is we can say combusted. So next, that is the biodiesel is rapidly biodegradable and completely non-toxic. So it's safe and produces less air pollutions, okay, and then petroleum based diesel too. So next, that is a biodiesel has a high flash point that we can say than fossil diesels, and so it's safer in the event of a crash also. Next, that is it can be used in most diesel engines, especially newer engines one. So less greenhouse gas emissions in that is a B20 reduces the carbon dioxide by the 15% only. Okay. Next, that is a biohydrogen one. Now again, biohydrogen is again a biofuel one, okay, which is a source of energy that uses living microorganism for the conversion of hydrogen into biohydrogen by the fermentation and we can say proteolysis process in a specialized container or in a bioreactor. So the biofuel made by the use of microorganism is termed as a third generation biofuel, okay, as we had discussed first only, or we can say advanced biofuel. So the biohydrogen comes in the categories of third generation biofuels or the advanced biofuels. So the we can say biohydrogen is a type of biofuel like others, that is bioethanol, biodiesel, bio-oil, etc. So the hydrogen can produce by both chemical and the biological methods. Now what are the properties of it? So there are some unique properties of hydrogens which makes it ideal for the production as a biofuel. So hydrogen, it has 3 times the higher energy density than the petrol and the diesel one. Okay. Next, that is the hydrogen is highly combustible with the which can use as a fuel one. Then combustions of hydrogen only yields water, which does not contribute to the gaseous pollutions, gaseous pollutants. So the efficiency of providing energy is more with its little use. So it acts as an energy carrier, as a hydrogen trap, sunlight, wind, water as a renewable sources one. So we can say hydrogen can be used as a transport fuel by storing it as a metal hydrate. Next, it can be easily produced by the renewable sources of energy like solar, wind, water, or other things, etc. Now these are the we can say properties, but what are the limitations of this? So again, limitations of hydrogen as a biofuel. So storage of hydrogen is very difficult one. So there is a limitation for the cost of competitive technology for the production of biofuels. So the utilization of hydrogen is quite difficult. Then the hydrogen can be easily escaped from the atmosphere to the space also. So the presence of oxygen position and the microbes which produces hydrogens. So these are the some properties and the limitation you studied of hydrogens. So thank you very much.